Good morning, fitness family. We are here this morning for Pilates and stretch, or lengthening, as Di likes to say. Today it was going to be Diane. Diane is going to teach right now.
Orly. No.
You're Diane.
Oh, okay.
You're actually Diane.
You said it was supposed to.
No, it is Diane today. It's supposed to be Orly. Orly's going to take a little break right now, and so she'll be back with us eventually. And so Diane's going to take over for today. The rest of the week, when it comes to workouts, we're going to go on Wednesday evening, 5 o'clock. We've got the pump class, all weights. On Thursday morning, we'll do a Pilates mat with Darla. Friday, we'll be back with a mix boot camp, which could have weights, could not have weights, just depends. Saturday, you're off. Sunday, we are off. We are taking this Sunday off also. So we will.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Little bunny rabbits, hop around. But besides that, you know what I didn't really say? I didn't say who I am. If you've never been with us before, I'm Jeremy, along with Diane. We own Fitness Partners. And Kelly is one of our trainers, and she's going to be here to help assist Diane today for class. Hey, you're in, check in, take a pic, share with your friends. You can really share with anybody. We don't really care. We want as many people as we can doing the workouts during this time frame. We know it's hard. We have our little bit of social distancing. We're trying to stay 6 feet apart. Diane and I don't have to because we're together all the time. We might need 6 feet apart. But besides that, you are ready to go. Hopefully everybody's all checked in. I'm going to leave you to Diane. She's super excited about doing this today. We put a microphone on her, so if there's a problem and you guys can't hear, let me know. I will be monitoring, making sure she does a good job. And we will turn up the microphone or something if that needs to happen. All right, everybody have a great workout.
Okay. Hi. All right. So today I thought we'd start our class with some posture. Since for me, I know.
Just keep going. It's okay.
All right.
It'll go in and out.
Some posture stuff, since for me that's the most important thing in everything that we do. So getting into posture. So what I'd like you to do is come feet hip width apart. Soft knees, always. You never want them locked out. You're going to stand up nice and tall. And now, as you're standing here, I want you to think you're slightly going to pull your heels together energetically. So that kind of elevates or activates your pelvic floor. So just that little energetic motion. And then right there. Good. And I'd like you to think that you have a dinosaur tail coming off your back. So think that dinosaur. Gotta look this way. That dinosaur tail is coming off right off your back, and it's weighted about 2 feet behind you, so that you're a little bit heavier to the heels. Okay. So once you're there, I want you to think that you're going to lift your arms like you're going to go into a tricep press. So just bring them up, hug it in, yeah, right there. And chest comes forward, chest comes forward. Now as you're standing there, I just want you to let your arms lower, keep the elbows back there just a little bit, your chest is forward. Your thumbs fall right at the seams, and you're ready to go. So chest is up, tailbone is lengthening, so you've got a energetic line coming up and coming down. All right, so once you're there, I want you to take, and we're going to bring our hands to heart center. Good. From here, we're just going to do a little bit of shoulder lengthening. I want you to bring your hands out, and as you come out, just press your fingers back towards you and reach out to the sides of the wall. Just reach out to the sides of the wall. Think that on your wrists you have something pulling from your wrist to the side of the wall. So pulling your wrists out, lengthening. Yeah, so as you're there, good. Just hold that. Good. And then soften your fingers, reach them out. And right from here, you can just do a small little circle. Small little circle. You should feel your shoulder blades and your lats connected. Just a small little circle. And then a small little circle in the other direction. Good. Keep that right there. Good. And then lengthen out, reach out. Good. And then go ahead and pull back in, round back in, and come all the way back into heart center. We're going to do that one more time. So reaching out, take those fingers back, reach out to the side walls, let the wrists reach. Again, soft elbows, make sure they're not locked out, just like your knees. And then right here, soften the fingers and make that little circle. Activate the lats. You should feel the shoulder blades. Keep them sliding down towards your hips. Sliding down into your back pocket. Switch. Good. And then go ahead and come back up. This time, reach your arms up. Good. Get that nice tall. Get the shoulder blades on your back. Good. And take a deep breath. Inhale. On the exhale, just twist. Reach back, keep your hips moving forward, and then come back to center. Inhale, exhale, keep those hips, and inhale back. One more side, exhale. Inhale back, and exhale. Inhale back, good, come back to center. Good, and take your hands down, put them on your thighs, and take your hips back. So now your hips, I want you to think that you're pushing your thighs back as you take your chest forward. So you got that nice extension. So heart leading. Good. And then go ahead and drop your arms and keep that chest up. Knees are soft. Hips are back. You're in that hip hinge position. Good. And then just lower down to the floor. Lower your fingertips to the floor and take your palms to the floor. So bend the knees, put your ribs onto your thighs. And then from here, keeping your palms on the mat, extend your legs. Just push up through your legs. You might not get full extension, that's fine. Just push up, keeping the palms anchored to the mat. And then release. Inhale. So come back, bring your ribs to the thighs. And then exhale, press up through the legs. And then lower back down, inhale, and exhale. Press up through, extend, get the hamstrings lengthening. And then come back down, thighs onto, there your ribs onto your thighs. Yeah, that'll help. And then reach your arms out front. Just get that nice flat back. Good. Sit into the legs, heavier to the heels. Good. And then go ahead and take those hands back down and press up through the hamstrings again. Palms on the mat. And then release. Take those arms out front. Come into that nice extended position, flat back. And then one more time, take the hands down, extend, pressing up through the hamstrings. And then this time, walk out and come out into a plank position. Good, come out into your plank position. Nice plank. Now for Pilates, you can put those heels together. So come into your Pilates V, get your back line working, hold. Good, and then go ahead and lower just all the way to the mat. Any way you can get to the mat. Just coming to the mat. Now I want you to, we're going to go into the Sphinx position. So I want you to walk your hands up. Chest up. So your feet are flat on the mat right now. Just hanging out. Get that nice extension of the core coming up so your heart is open. Yeah. So from here, I want you to make sure your ribs are engaged so they're lifting. And you're going to pull up through the belly button. Stay on your knees and just pull up through the belly button, lifting your hips. until they come all the way up to a plank position on your knees. So just holding that. You should feel that right into the belly button, and then lower back down. Inhale. Get that nice extension. Now, exhale. Pull up through the belly button. Stay on your knees. And lift. And then lower back down. Good. And then one more time. Inhale here. Exhale. Pull up through the belly button. Now you can hold that right here. You should feel that centered right into the belly button. And then tuck your toes under. You may stay there, or you could come up, bring your knees off, and come into elbow plank. Just hold. So you should feel that connection to your belly. Now your glutes are also wrapping. If it's easier, you can also put your heels together, toes apart in your Pilates V, looking, so having that back line assisting. Good. Lower to your knees, and then peel all the way. Okay, so we'll do a couple more of those Sphinx positions. So chest is forward, heart open. Good. Pull up through the belly button. Stay on your knees. And just lift through the belly button. Lift the hips and come into a modified elbow plank. Just hold that. Just hold that. Chest forward, looking out. Don't drop your head. Make sure your chin is looking down at the, and then lower back down. Release. Good. And then do that one more time. Pull up through the belly. Stay on your knees. And lift. Hold. Hold that position. Now, if you want, you can tuck your toes and lift up into regular plank. Still maintaining that nice extension of the torso, the belly button holding, glutes are active here. And now, if you'd like, you can put your heels together, use your back line. So in a Pilates V, and just hold. Hold. Now I want you to, if you're in Pilates V, you can go into a little frog, just lower the knees, tap, and then extend them back into that Pilates V. Lower the knees, tap, and then extend back into your heels, into full plank. And one more time. Tap and extend all the way back. And then take it to your knees and just stretch back into child's pose. Just that nice child's pose. Good. From here, tuck your toes and walk all the way up. And come up onto the back of your heels. Just stretching out your toes a little bit. So I love this exercise. And then come up and flatten the toes and sit back down. Lift up, tuck the toes, and sit back down. And come up and flatten the toes, come back down. And this time come up, tuck the toes, and sit back for a sec. Just get that nice extension. You can take your hands behind your head, take a deep breath, inhale, and on the exhale, corkscrew up and look up, twist. Come back to center, inhale, exhale, corkscrew up, and come back to center, inhale, exhale, inhale, and one more, exhale, inhale, come back to center. Good, and then come all the way back up. You can take your hands to your hips or to your heart center, it doesn't matter. Probably to your hips is a little easier, heart center is a little more difficult. One thing, if you have problems with being on your knees, you can always use a mat, another mat. You could roll your mat up, or as Kelly's doing, you can put towels underneath, because we're going to be here on our knees for a second. Just doing a little centering exercise, so staying here, I want you to think, coming up through your center, you're going to shift your weight just a little bit over to one side and bring one knee forward. Trying to be as still as possible when you do that. And then go ahead and bring that back without rocking too much. So really being in the center. So let's go to the other side. Shift your weight just a little bit. Activate that glute and lift that leg. Then go ahead and come back. Okay, one more time each side. And bring it forward. And take it back. And bring it forward. Take it back. Good. Now bring that leg forward one more time. Good. And bring the arms up. And maybe my mic. No. Lost it. Totally.
Yeah, you just gotta talk loud.
I gotta talk
Oh,
loud.
there you go.
Okay. Yep, it's gone. All right. So arms are tall. Good. You're gonna be on, and we're coming into a runner stretch. So you're gonna come forward just a little bit. Get that lengthening, reaching, so the chest is coming forward. And then as you come up, I want you to twist towards the legs in front and reach out. Back to center. Inhale. Exhale. Come open. Inhale. Exhale. Open. Back to center. And let's make that just a little more difficult. So now I want you to think you're going to activate that pelvic floor and lift up and just hover your back knee. Just that little bit. Hover. Hold. And then lower down and open. Inhale. Come back to center. Inhale. Up. And open. Exhale. Inhale. Up. And exhale. Open. Now one more time. Inhale. Up. And exhale. Open. Good. Come back to center. And take that leg gracefully back. And now let's try to bring the other leg forward gracefully. Good. So again, that same thing. Come up, and come forward into that little runner stretch. Just bringing the torso forward. So that inhale, exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen forward. Chest leads. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, open. Inhale. And exhale, open. Come back to center. Good, tuck those toes under. Now this time, activate the pelvic floor and lift and hover. Hold. And then lower down and open. Inhale. Hi, Kelly. Inhale. Come back up. Exhale. Inhale. Up. Exhale. Inhale. Up. And exhale. Open. Good. Come back to center. Bring your hands to heart center. Come back gracefully. Phew. Good. And then come back down onto all fours and stretch back into child's pose. And then go ahead and round up and come up onto all fours. Coming onto all fours. Again, chest is through your arms. Get that long torso. We're going to just go into a little cat-cow. So round up, tuck the head under, and then release, look up. Round up. Release, look up, tailbone lengthens out, chest is out, and then pull up again. Round up, pull up through the belly button, and release, look up. Now from here, come into your neutral spine. So that same posture that we had talked about, that I don't know if anybody saw, but your neutral spine, your posture. Good, being on all fours, I want you to take one leg, extend it back, reach it back. Again, it's not lifting up, it's lengthening out. Now from here, take the opposite arm, reach it out, thumbs up, reach it out front, hold. bring that back in and switch. Take the other leg back, get that extension, and reach out, thumbs up. And then bring that back in. Okay, let's make it a little bit more challenging. Reach out, reach that leg and arm out. Good, this time you're going to tuck the elbow and the knee in towards each other and extend out. Tuck them in. Extend out. Tuck them in. Extend out. And tuck them in. Extend out. Reach out. Hold that. Now from here, flex the foot. Take your arm out to the side and take your leg out to the side. Just a little bit out to the side of the mat. Keep the chest up and hold. And then bring it back in. And stretch it back. Good. Rounding out, coming back forward. Come to the other side. Take the other leg. Reach it back out. And take the opposite arm out. Hold. Good. Tuck that elbow and knee in. And extend out. Tuck it in. Extend it out. Tuck it in. Extend it out. And tuck it in. Extend it out. Reach it out. Hold. Flex that foot. Reach the arm out to the side. And take the leg and reach it out to the side. Pressing out through the heel. Hold. Chest lifted. Torso long. And then bring it back in. And stretch it back. Nice. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Okay.
Yeah, you're doing good.
As long as the mic's going, I'm good.
Yeah.
Good. And then come all the way up tall and come to a seated position. Okay, so coming tall. Get that tallness. Get your shoulder blades on your back. Good. All right. Now, bring the arms out front. So, being tall, if you want to be on your sits bones, if that's hard because of your hamstrings, you can always put a mat, some towels, or roll the mat up just to bring you up a little bit so you can get that nice extension and you're not back here. So, that nice extension. Good. Shoulder blades on your back. And come back to a 45-degree angle. Hold. Let's just start here. So chest is up. Nice extension, looking out. Just hold. You should feel it all connected right there. Hold. Good. And then come back up nice and tall. Inhale. Come back. Now as you're coming back, again, it's right here. Just think everything else is soft. Legs are soft. Connection is right here. Center. Chest is lifted. The torso is long. And it's just little breaths. Not trying to big breaths, just little breaths. And then come back up. Inhale. And then exhale. Come back down. Okay, now we're going to add on to this. So as we come up, you're going to take the feet, reach out and twist. Good. And then come back to center, bring them back in, come back to that hold position. And then reach out, take the legs long, and reach up. Good. And come back to center. Hold. And then legs come apart, and twist. And come back. And one more time. Legs come apart, and come back to center. Hold. Good, hold it here, and then come up nice and tall. Find that tallness again. Good, one more time. This time, coming back to that hold position, you're going to take that one arm, reach it out, and take it back. Come back forward, inhale up. Exhale, reach it back. Tap, and come back forward, inhale. Reach it back. Just like you're trying to get something behind you in the car. Like, oh, I can't get it. Okay, yeah, I got it. And one more time. Reach back. Oh, the soft legs, and just let them fall out for a second. Just get that nice tallest. You can grab your shins, take your elbows towards you, and just pull your chest forward, getting that lengthening. Good. And then put your feet on the floor. You can use your hands. We're going to walk down and come to the mat, hopefully. Okay. So knees are up. Shoulder blades are on the mat. So I want you to check in with yourself, and I want you to feel your shoulder blades heavy on the mat, and I want you to feel your tailbone heavy on the mat. You don't have to push into them. That's just your heavy spaces. Think that they're your rocks. They're just laying there on the mat. And then you should have this tunnel, your neutral spine. So there should be some space. Some people have more space than others, but it's just your neutral spine when your tailbone is down and your shoulder blades are connected. So tuck them under, have them traveling down towards your hips, and just be there. Good, now what I want you to do is have your knees, you're in about a 45-degree angle with your knees and your feet on the mat. Now, I want you to press your feet back into the mat just a little bit. And as you do that, I want you to feel the connection to your zip. So the belly button, like you're zipping a pair of jeans. So just to feel that connection. So kind of weighting your feet to the floor. And then go ahead and release. Now I want you to bring your toes up. And energetically, again, I want you to feel like you're bringing your heels together, but you're not. You're just energetically bringing your heels together, and that should activate the pelvic floor. So between the two of those, the pelvic floor and the zip, these are the two things in your hip stabilizers, and we're going to be looking at trying to work those. So keep your toes up, and I want you just to take right now and switch all of your weight over onto one heel. So you feel one butt cheek kick in. And then I want you to switch all your weight to the other heel and feel the other butt cheek kick in. And then switch. And switch. And then come back to center. Good. So now, again, making sure that you have that pelvic floor working, bringing the heels together. I want you to go ahead and lift your hips about 5 inches from the mat. So you don't have to lift them too far. And I want you to relax the hamstrings. So try to make sure the hamstrings aren't overworking. I want to stay in that pelvic floor. So again, pulling the heels together just a little bit. Don't overdo it. So it's just an energetic connection, and that you feel your hips basically holding you up here. How you doing, Kelly?
Good.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so remember we went from side to side before, so now I want you to take all your weight over to one heel and find that butt cheek. And just, you're not lifting that leg yet, other leg yet, but just getting all the weight onto the other butt cheek. Good, and then switch, go to the other side. Fine, put all the weight. And if your hamstring wants to kick in, go ahead and try to relax it. Oh, I lost it. Oh, there we go. So if your hamstring, it doesn't want to say that.
Does it want to say
It
hamstring?
doesn't want to say hamstring. I know, I'm totally lost. Okay, so if your hamstring tries to kick in, then just consciously relax it. Just consciously relax it. Good, then come back to center, and again, just hold, and then slowly release and lower to the mat. Good. It's not that your hamstrings aren't working, but they shouldn't be primary. I want your glutes to be primary, so it's just if you can relax them, best case scenario. So, all right, so let's do it again. So you're going to energetically pull the heels together and lift want your your heels about hip width apart. So shift all the way over to one side, and I want you to lift one leg up. Find that connection to your glute. Try to release the hamstring. Hold. Good. And then put that leg back down. And again, switch to the other side. And lift the other leg up. Hold. Try to relax that other hamstring so that you stay in your hip. And then put that back down. And switch to the other side. Lift the other leg up. Hold. Now extend it out. Reach it out through the heel. Hold. Again, consciously try to focus on releasing the hamstring. Stay in the glute. And then bring that back in. And switch weight. And go to the other side. Extend that leg out. Hold. Good. Bring it back in. And then go ahead and lower back down. Lower back down. Nice. Okay, one more time. Activate the glute. Lift. Release that hamstring. And shift weight over to one side. Extend that leg up this time. And point the toe. Lower it down. And lift up. Lower it out. Lift up. And lower it out. Reach it out long. And lift up. And then go ahead and take it back down to the floor. Switch weight to the other side. Connect. Bring the other leg up. And point that toe. Reach it out. Lift it up. Reach it out. Lift it up. And reach it out. Lift it up. Good. Take it back down. And then slowly lower to the hips. Good. All right, now this time, just go ahead and take your feet out. Walk to the mat. And just do windshield wipers. Let them go. Side to side, side to side. And take your arms out wide. Just side to side. Good. Then walk your feet back up. Good. So now, I want you to lift your head. So look at your thighs. So again, it's important just to get, like you have a
Soft tomato.
Yeah, a soft tomato under your chin. And you're just looking eyes to thighs, eyes to thighs. Now you can take your hands and support your neck by holding onto your head. So just with the fingertips, elbows out. Now remember when we had our feet glued to the mat, I want you to glue them again to them. I want you to make them heavier, glue them to the mat. And I want you to think you're going to try to lift them off the mat, but you can't. And that should activate that zip, and you should feel that. So they're glued to the mat, you're trying to lift them, and you can't. Good, and then release and pull. Lay back down. Inhale. And again, exhale. Come back up, slide the ribs down. So you keep your neutral spine. And just the shoulder blades are off the mat. And again, feet. Now this time I want you to put weights onto your feet. They're heavy. And you're going to just slowly try to pull them just 2 inches off that mat. Just 2 inches. And they're heavy. Trying to hold them up there. Just hold them, hold them, hold them. Just hold them. And then lower with control to the mat. And take them back down. Inhale. And then exhale. Lift back up. This time, weights again. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Then they're on your ankles. They're just weighting you down. You're holding it. Your zipper is zipping. It's holding. Good. Shaking. Probably shaking. That's good. Yeah, that's a good thing. Good. Now take one knee up to tabletop. And then let the other one come up to it. Hold. Hold. Put the heels together. Hold. Look eyes to thighs. Nice. And then slowly, with control, just bring the heels slowly back down to the mat. And release. And come back out. Nice. Can we do that one more time?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Maybe shaky there. So take a deep breath. Inhale.
exhale, lift up, look at eyes to thighs, slide the ribs down. Now you can always do this also with your head down or with a pillow under your head. That's fine. So this time, connect again. So you got those heavy weights on, you're gonna hover them up over the mat. Hover, hover, hover. Good. Now bring one leg slowly up to that tabletop. And then bring the other leg slowly up to that tabletop. Put your heels together. Keep looking through your eyes to thighs, and then lower down, nice and slow. Control it all the way back down, nice and slow. And release, and down. Nice. Phew. Okay, so much fun there.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, I want you to take one leg up to tabletop, and take the other leg to tabletop. You can stay down. I don't know where my light went. Hello. I guess it lights me up.
It likes you out.
Okay, well, I'm going to stay up then. So, heels together. Good. Keep looking, eyes to thighs. You can come up, but you can also be down, depending on how your neck. But again, just holding on to your head with your fingertips. Now, extend those legs out. Get that full extension. Come into the 100 position. Just supporting the neck, and then pull back in nice and slow. So knees come out, coming into a frog position. So press them out long. This should be zipping. And then bring them back in nice and slow, controlled. Inhale. And exhale. Take them back out nice and long. Now flex the feet. And depending on your ability, you can lower all the way to the mat from here, or you can bend them and take them back down, or you can lower them all the way to the mat and release. Good. Extend your arms back. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Flex the feet. On the exhale, come up. Just look at your feet. Look at your feet. You can take one leg, bring it up, so now you've connected. And take the other leg to it if you can, or just keep one leg on the floor. And then lower back down. Inhale back. Exhale. Roll back up. Shoulders soft. Ribs engaged. Take the other leg up. Now you can just hold here. That's fine. Or take the other leg to it. Hold. And count for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower back down. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Come back up. Look. Now take one leg up. Take the other leg to it. And we're count 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Reach back. Inhale. On the exhale, roll all the way back up and come back up. If you needed to, you could just help yourself and come all the way back up. Good. Woo. All right, coming back to a 45-degree angle. Elbows out. Get that chest lifted. Take one leg to tabletop and take the other leg to it. Just hold it here. This is a modified knee, so just stay here. Hold. If you can take your hands up. If not, just hold them here. Or you can hold on the floor. Either one. So, stay here, hold. Now extend one leg out. Bring it back. Or extend the other leg out. Bring it back. Extend. Bring it back. And the other leg, extend. Bring it back. Good. And then slowly lower them to the mat. Take your hands here and lower. All the way back down. Tuck one knee into your chest. So we're coming into single leg stretch. Take the other leg out.
take your hands right here, tabletop, bring your hands up to the shins, going into double leg stretch.
Reach, circle,
Reach,
circle round,
reach,
circle round, reach,
reach,
circle round. One more.
reach.
Circle round,
Extend one leg up, the other leg comes out, coming into scissors. And switch, and switch, and
switch,
and switch. Get that nice extension.
reach through.
This is all lengthening technique.
So reaching up,
Reaching out, reaching out, reaching up,
reaching out.
reaching up, and reaching out, reaching up.
Good.
Take both
Legs in and
Take your hands behind your head.
going into
Bicycle abs or crossover abs. Reach across.
lift up for 8,
7,
6, 4,
3,
2,
and
1. Take your legs all the way to the mat. Take your arms back. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Roll it all the way up. Stretch it forward. Good. Coming over onto our bellies as we end up here. Coming out long. So, good. I want you to come out nice and long. Again, finding that posture on the mat so ribs are still engaged and glutes are actively wrapping. I want you to lift up, coming into a Superman position, but just lengthening both the legs and the arms out front. Keep the arms back into your sockets. Just hold that extension. Now from here, I'm going to have you sweep your arms back towards your feet and just lift. Keep that nice extension. And good, and then come back forward. And thumbs up, coming into Superman position, lengthening. So glutes are active. You can have your heels together. Use that back line. Heels together, toes apart. Back line active. Sweep it back, reach it back. Chest up, hold. And come back forward. Now this time, take your legs wide to the mat. Take your arms out wide to the mat. Come into a parachuting position. We're flying.
we're falling.
That's it. Hold. Good. Sweep them back together. And then come back to that parachute position. And sweep them back together. Good. One more time. Take them out. This time take one arm down. Reach up. And then switch. Reach up. And come back to center. Come back to center. And lower back down. Good. Take your hands to your chest. Round. So push up and push back into child's pose. So just standing up. One of my favorite things to do. So staying in child's pose for a sec. You're going to round up now. Come up. As you come up, I want you to come forward through your arms. Like you're in a tricep push-up position from your knees. You're going to lower towards the mat. Come all the way down. Release. And then arch up. And then take it back to child's pose. Round up. Bring your chest through your arms. Lower to the mat. Extend out. Arch up. And then round back. And round up. Come forward, lower down. So your elbows are really tight into your chest as you arch up, pressing up through the triceps. And then round back. Doing one more. Round up. Lower down. Arch up. And round back. Good. Stay right here for a sec. Walk your hands over to one side, hips to the opposite. Make that little stretch. And then walk your hands over to the other side. Make that little stretch. Good. Come back to center. And then come up to a seated position on your mat. Good. I think I made it.
You did it.
Sort of. I don't know if you heard this all, but roll your shoulder blades back and down. Come up nice and tall. Find that nice seated position. And again, you can have a mat underneath you. You want to be nice and tall, so you don't want to be back here, rock back. You want to be on top of those sits bones. Get your chest forward. Take your hands, and you're going to pull your chest through. Just bring your heart forward. And then release. Come back up. And then one more time. Take it forward. Good. Come back up nice and tall. Keeping that tallness. Take a deep breath. Inhale. On the exhale, just make a twist. Look back. Inhale back. And exhale. Twist. Come back to center. One more time. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Come back to center. Get those shoulder blades on your back. Get nice and tall. Heart's up. Good. Take a deep breath. Inhale it up. Exhale. Take a deep breath. Inhale it up. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale it up. And this time, stay here. Open the ribs. Make a little back bend. Just open the ribs. And then with the strength of your core, pull those ribs back to center. Bring your hands to heart center. Namaste. Have a great day.
All right, good job, Diane. Way to go, hon. All right, so if you're finishing up on this and you're going, what happened? It looks like we started somewhere in the middle. And basically, what we did is we didn't start in the middle. What happened is we started the Facebook Live accidentally on my personal Facebook page. So you're going to miss a little bit of time there. That has now been posted on the Fitness Partners page. And then you'll be able to, if you needed to catch the first part, that's where that part will be. Anyways, that's what happens. Things happen.
We'll redo the first part.
Di's first time, we blew it for her.
Sorry, Di.
So anyways, if you got a chance, take a pic, share, do all those other fun things we want you to do with us. Our next workout is tomorrow night. It is a pump class, so it is pretty much all weights tomorrow. Well, it really is all weights. So we'll be doing all weights tomorrow for a class at 5 o'clock. Thursday morning, it'll be Darla for Pilates mat. And then you get back with me on Friday for another boot camp at 5 o'clock. Saturday and Sunday is your weekend off this week. So we will get back with you. You know, if you enjoyed class and you share it with everybody else, and if you want to give a donation, a tip, you may do that. We have PayPal and Venmo. It's at the top of the page, hopefully, if you want to do that. It's not necessary. We're really doing this so that we can keep connected with all of you during this time, and hopefully we will be able to see you again soon. All right, thanks again. Good job, everybody. All right, bye-bye.
Good job.